So you finally take the leap of faith. You have scoured the internet. Maybe you've asked a friend. You have found a therapist that you are going to go and see. And look, it's hard. You can feel really vulnerable, right? Because you're about to go spill your guts to someone you don't even know. I think it would be natural to wonder to yourself, what is my therapist really thinking? Like, are they judging me?
You might make the appointment and cancel the appointment. Make the appointment and cancel
the appointment. Mm-hmm. What are their expectations of me? Well, today we are going to discuss just that. Mm-hmm. We have polled our therapists, including ourselves, here at Fit Mind Cleveland, and we're going to talk through their responses about what they wish their clients knew.
Welcome to Fit Mind Chats. Get comfortable, join us in our virtual therapy office, and get ready to gain insight into motivation that drives behaviors you might not understand. I'm Abby Smeedy, an independently licensed clinical counselor.
And I'm Sarah Dallavella, a licensed independent social worker.
We're the owners of Fit Mind Cleveland, a mental health private practice in Cleveland, Ohio. We have grounded therapists that are approachable and meet you where you are in life. A place where you see your strength and grow your greatness.
So, yeah, we were researching for this podcast, you and I, and we decided this would be a really good topic to have.
I think people are real curious about it.
Right. And so we decided to send out a big old text thread for all of our therapists. Thank you, Brian, Marissa,
Lisa,
Simone.
Who gave us some great ideas for this.
So they gave us all these great ideas for what they are hoping that you might know from them.
And coming into therapy, what would they like to see a client do in a therapy session, or what they might expect, like what their expectations
What are their expectations of you in this, right? Okay.
I think it's less scary when you know coming in like, oh,
yeah, this is what this is what she wants from me.
Right.
Or he.
I have power and control in this situation.
Yes. So we've concocted some titles that are really fun.
We love our titles.
We like titles.
I love titles.
I like titles. So, expectation versus reality. This was a common answer.
Common thread with all of them. And I think the biggest one is therapy's not the magic bullet.
Nope.
It's a lot of work. It gets worse before it gets better. It's definitely not overnight.
Nope.
Coming to the session with intention and not expecting the therapist to drive the dialogue.
Yes.
And
we've all had that experience where you kind of come in and you're like, I guess this therapist, they're so good. People have talked so highly of them. Okay. And then you kind of sit there and you wait. Okay. Now what are you going to do? Now, again, first, in the very first session, we are asking a lot of questions.
You're getting drilled questions. Yeah.
Getting drilled. But then we do want there to be some thinking and a lot of work that happens outside of here that you then bring into your therapy session. And like, you come in with an agenda.
Yeah. Like I love when people come in with a list. Yeah. I have quite a few that come in. They usually put a list on their phone of things that might have happened during the week or things that they maybe thought about. They're like, hey, I want to bounce this off. I want to talk about this. This brought this up for me. Yeah. It's so much better. Cause I think, one of the things that I think is really funny, and I'll point it out if you do it in my office, is come in and sit on the couch and stare at me. Like I'm supposed to make the magic happen. Yeah. Am I singing? Am I dancing?
What do you want me to do here?
What would you like me to say? Should I tell some jokes? What's happening? Yeah, what's going on?
Am I being recorded?
I can do that, but I can't bill insurance for it.
No, unfortunately we can't.
So usually we'll open up, like we actually open up with, hey, how was your week?
How was it?
What do you want to go over? And I love the people that come in and like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Here's what I'm thinking about. Here's my agenda. Because then you're coming into practice with, or I'm almost talking like yoga talk. You're coming into the session with intention.
Yes.
It's your hour. You want to spend that hour.
Isn't therapy a practice?
It is practice.
Honestly, it's very similar to yoga.
It is.
In that,
good point.
Be patient with the process. Nothing happens overnight. You do need to take time to trust your therapist. Like your relationship with the therapist
for sure
matters so much that like it takes time to build trust, to get comfortable being as vulnerable as you can be.
And if it's not a fit, your therapist will not be hurt. And if they are, there's a problem. If it's not a fit, every therapist wants you to feel comfortable in that session, or like, hey, I can grow in this.
Yep.
This is someone I can put trust in. This is someone I can find value in. And if that's not happening, it's okay to cut bait and like be like, you know what, like I'm going to find someone I can. Yeah, we're not a fit, and it's okay to say that. The therapist, I would not be hurt by that. I'd be like, good for you. What growth we've seen just by saying that is such growth.
Absolutely. Advocating for yourself is not easy to do.
So we work on therapy all the time.
Absolutely. So I think like that is one of those expectations of like, we need you to come in doing the work, be ready for that. We do have ideas of things we're going to talk about. Like I will always say, all right, you don't have anything going on. Let's talk about thinking errors.
Coping skills.
Coping skills. Let me explain the cognitive behavioral triad. Like I'm going to say stuff like that. I want you to know why I'm doing it and what we're doing.
And if you're unable to kind of talk to the therapist or feel like you clam up or you have anxiety about like engaging with this person, that's something to talk about in therapy too.
Yes.
That is a huge therapeutic topic, and I think it's so valuable to have those discussions because this is all practice for what you're going to take it back out into the real world and how you engage with other people. And it's a real safe space. If someone comes to me and is like, you know what, I like you a lot, but I don't feel like I'm getting any work done.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, thank you for telling me that.
Yep.
You've done amazing work. Let's look at do you want someone directive? Do you want someone more passive and touchy-feely? Do you want someone that's very CBT? Do you want someone that's DBT? We will help you find that person if that's not the fit. And that's a huge growth mindset right there. Like being able to say like, hey, or what about the client you've had for years that you're stuck, they're stuck. It's okay to be like, you know what? I think I want to try
something else.
I'll try something else.
I have had a client who we've had a great working relationship the entire time she has been in therapy. And she went away to try out a different type of therapy
100%.
And came back and said, I gave this a try. And she had done it before. And she said, but it just didn't feel like a fit. So I came back.
Yeah.
What every client needs to know is that your relationship with your therapist is the single best predictor of success in therapy. That and the fact that you believe you can succeed.
Absolutely.
That you can get better.
And that is something we work on in therapy too. Another title we looked at were the unspoken truths of therapy. I think a lot of times people enter the office and they've researched their symptom or seen a TikTok on the latest hot diagnosis and are convinced it's me. It's me. And we have all done this. I've looked up I've had these rare symptoms. I've looked up a diagnosis. Now I have this rare disorder. There's no treatment for it. You go down the rabbit hole. We all do that.
Totally.
However, like being open to come in and be like, hey, maybe that's not it's really rare to have like this personality disorder or this I don't know, some DSM-4 diagnosis that you might have seen on a TikTok or online and researched it.
Ryan Dwyer said that. Yeah. He brought up like AI and like how social media has added a whole new layer of like you're getting more exposed to different like diagnoses and symptoms.
Destigmatizing mental health.
Absolutely. But it is not necessarily a reliable source.
It's almost a Pandora's box to be like, oh, I'm neurodivergent. Oh, I'm ADHD. Oh, I'm
on the spectrum.
I'm on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, maybe, but maybe not. Like
it is what we have the DSM-5 for. Yeah. There is so many people ask me, I had a client ask me, is there one predictor of narcissism, like one symptom that sticks out based on a TikTok? She was like, I was watching TikTok and they said, if you do this, you are a narcissist. And I was like, no.
It's never all or nothing.
No.
Never.
In the DSM, you have to meet like a cluster of symptoms have to be present and it has to impair you. So,
absolutely. And most therapy I'm not treating the diagnosis, I'm treating the symptoms. And that's so true. Yeah, Lisa said that. I'm not treating I'm treating the symptoms. I think that's super true because the ultimate goal is to improve functioning and your quality of life.
It is. Look, and if you are really hung up on a diagnosis, that is okay. Ask your therapist, say, what are you treating me for? There's nothing wrong with wanting to know. It's your record. It is your right. But I think many of us therapists believe that it is about what are your particular symptoms. And the DSM doesn't cover everything. Yeah. So what we really do focus on is who are you? What are the symptoms you're showing us? And then how do we help those symptoms? How do we alleviate those symptoms?
I would agree. I think if your daily living is not negatively impacted by your symptoms, that's okay. I think, for example, I get a lot of OCD, and I'm OCD. I'm OCD. However, it's not inhibiting their daily living.
Yeah.
It's something that like
from leaving the house.
It's not preventing them from going to work. It's not preventing them from leading active social lives. And they get real caught up in that diagnosis. Is OCD so severe that it does impact? Absolutely. But like,
and is there a spectrum of impact?
Yes,
there is.
Yes. Just like narcissism. There's a spectrum of narcissism. But with the OCD, like I see that it's a safe diagnosis. Like when people are OCD, I'm considered very clean. I'm considered
that's the other thing.
The thing that you're considered, and it's like
the illusion of it.
Yeah, and this is a safe one. Having anxiety disorder, that's safe. Everyone has anxiety. I'm not crazy. I have anxiety.
Yeah. I know. Well, and I think there's another unspoken truth of like, we plant seeds. We plant a lot of seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had a client who was really young, she was a young adult, probably in her 20s, early 20s. And I remember I brought up the word shame to her in her first round of therapy because people come in and out of therapy. That's really
absolutely.
normal.
That's okay.
So I remember I said, I implanted a seed of shame. I was like, God, that sounds like shame is something we're going to need to work on. And at the time she said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have shame. No, that doesn't even make sense to me. I was like, okay. Anyway, took a break from counseling, comes back at it and goes, and we're talking like a year later.
Oh, yeah.
Comes in and goes, I have to work on shame. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, we're ready.
Then let's do it. So,
and that's okay too. Yeah, you have to be where you're at with dealing with it. And sometimes people will disappear.
Yes.
Don't ever worry about disappearing and reemerging. That's okay.
You're allowed to ghost your therapist.
Yeah, you can. You can ghost us.
We're not mad.
We still cheer for you.
We still cheer for you.
We hope everything's going well.
Always.
And when you come back, we're not going to shame you for being like, where have you been for 2 years? No, like you got to a point where you had done the work you wanted. And then you might discover, hey, there's a little more to do. Or hey, hey, I want to check in. Or hey, I'm ready to deal with this. Like, that's all okay.
Totally normal.
And I feel like people I know at a hairdresser, like if I miss, like, if I'm like 4 months out and I got my roots going, like.
Or I tried a new hairdresser.
Shame. They're gonna.
I go back and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I cheated on you.
I thought they could do better.
I have a client who says she cheats on me with this other psychologist. It makes me laugh every time. Because
Wait,
it's a
it's
pain
always
management
good.
psychologist. Yeah. And I'm like, well, but I don't do that. I go and I laugh. Like, obviously, humor. I think it's humor in therapy is helpful.
Oh, it's huge.
I use a lot of it.
I use a ton of it. I love it as any kind of way to
intervention.
For sure. So then you'll take that out and you'll use it for your own intervention. But if you ever ghost your therapist, it's okay to come back. We're not going to judge you. I'll be like, oh my God, catch me up. Tell me everything.
That's exactly what we're doing.
On the edge of my seat about X, Y, and Z.
Tell me.
Yeah, what happened with that?
What's been going on?
Oh my gosh, your job. Did you stay? Did you leave?
Yes.
Like,
we're never mad. We're not judging you.
No.
So that's another consistent theme that we read in those. And we're not judging you. It is a vulnerable place to come into a therapist's office and lay everything out on the line.
Right.
We are not there to judge you at all.
No, because I think the reframe of that is like, I look at someone that does get vulnerable and does say something that they're like, I don't know if I should say this. I don't know what you're going to think.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, what growth you've just had. You just said something to me that you were very scared to say.
Yep.
And you did it.
Yes.
You did something that made you really uncomfortable. So I always think like there's never a judgment on, the behavior, the action. It's like, wow, what growth that you actually talked about it.
Yeah, there's a saying in AA, you're only as sick as your secrets.
Oh, I love that saying.
So the more that you can come in and just be like, I hate even breathing this out loud, but I have to admit I'm really jealous of, I feel very envious of, blah, blah, blah. Is that normal? I don't know how many times people ask. Most things are normal.
And all of us have like thoughts that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud.
Yes.
But once you say it out loud, you take the power away from it.
That's exactly right.
You take the power
That's
out.
right.
And it's like, okay, that's not so bad. And that's normal to think this or
Yep.
to have like an evil thought or like, I'm jealous of this person.
Yes.
Like we're all taught to have gratitude, not be jealous.
But it's a human emotion.
It's an emotion. Like you can't control it. If you react to it, then we can work on that. But if it's just a feeling and you're like, I got to identify this feeling because everyone can act angry. I say this all the time. Angry is always a secondary feeling. Angry and sad. We know we know how to act that way. But when we're embarrassed, ashamed, jealous, those are the primary feelings that drive those other behaviors that might come out because they're hard.
Yeah.
They're hard to talk about. They're hard to admit.
And if you hold it inside of you, it will eat away at you.
Yeah.
That's where that sick as secrets are.
Yeah.
Like it's shame. And no one ever gets better through like increasing their level of shame.
Oh, absolutely.
We get better when we start realizing, oh God, I'm just human. Oh, okay.
It's okay to feel that way.
I should be compassionate to myself. I don't know if I can do that.
And I tell people all the time, like when you hit your bottom is when change will happen. When you absolutely cannot stand where you're at any longer.
That's true.
That is when change happens, and it's okay to tap it and come back up, tap it and come back up. And if you're not there yet, and that's when sometimes ghosting happens, and that's okay too because you're tapping. It's a slow process, or it can be fast, it can be either or. Yeah. But like it's still progress.
Yes.
And it's okay to be. Your brain is. I think brains are magical because it will never let you think about something you can't handle. And that's always something that's really reassuring. When someone's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm having this intrusive thought," I'm like, "Your brain's telling you," or "I'm having dreams about this situation. Yes. I'm having these thoughts." Your brain's telling you it's okay. It's time to process it.
It is.
It's okay. Like you're able to handle it. Your brain's like, "Man, you got this."
Yeah.
So I think that's always.
Oh, you're not always going to feel good after therapy session.
It gets harder before it gets easier.
Yes.
Worse before it gets better.
You will walk away from a therapy session thinking I don't like you, or that like I was really mean to you. That happens all the time. But it's, again, kind of connects to what Abby said, is we don't typically grow in happiness. We grow when we're really uncomfortable. And so sometimes we might hit something that's really uncomfortable. It is not, it is purposeful in the sense of we have to like look at things that are hard to look at, but it is done with your dignity and respect and gently as you need it to be done. Right. But it doesn't mean you always walk out feeling better.
Oh, not at all.
So,
and there's also the common, I think this is a funny title. Why we didn't fix it? Why are you not fixing me?
Yes.
I'm not fix. Well, we don't fix humans. That's not how it kind of works.
We don't have that power.
No, we can improve your quality of life and help you manage symptoms, but can we fix
you? You do the work. You do the work and fix. I mean, that's such a like. Yeah, it's. I mean, is there a cure in what we do? I mean, there's just a lot of work to minimizing symptoms, to like trying to
improve quality of life. Like let's get you, where you want to be, feeling good about yourself.
Yes.
I feel like this with kids. A lot of parents we're gonna fix it with kids. We are planting seeds for them to use later in life. Like, I mean, they're not gonna come out of therapy and be like, okay, you know what? I don't have ADHD anymore. I can sit in my seat and focus. That's not the end game. Then he was like, hey, I'm gonna teach you to do some tricks, like grab the cold part of your chair in class when you're starting to get distracted. See if you can get something where you can get up and get a drink of water when you feel like, tapping the person beside you or pulling someone's hair or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And Rome wasn't built in a day.
No.
They need to practice it when things are going well.
Yes.
But they're not fixed. They're still going to have problems. They're still going to have issues. And a lot of times people want, they come in expecting us to fix their spouses or their partners.
Oh, yeah.
They're not here. I can't. And also I think this is another assumptions leading into that. Like, a lot of people come in and they're crabbing about their spouse. It's all their fault. This, that, and the other. And we assume that they might want to leave. And they're not saying, hey, I want to leave. You got to jump in and check in. They might be saying, like, no, I need to learn how to manage living with this person, whether it be kids, finances, they're not ready to go yet. And that's okay. And there's no judgment, because I feel like people get real embarrassed when they start talking about, like, my partner's not the greatest.
Yep.
But I'm not going to leave. So as a therapist, I think it's important that we check in with you guys, too. And if they are making assumptions, you jump in and say, you know what, that's not what I'm saying.
Yes, so that's the thing. We really ask the question, not because we're dumb. Maybe you think it's really obvious, but it's because we assume nothing.
Nope.
Our job is to assume nothing. That doesn't mean we always.
Well, yeah, I don't.
Sometimes we jump in and we go, oh, I got that one wrong. My bad.
I want you to tell me I'm getting it wrong.
Yes.
And that's okay, because I feel like that's another place where there's great growth.
Yep.
When people can be like, you're off. That's not on target for me. Yep. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That may be, and if I feel that it like is remotely on target, I might be like, hey, would there be any avoidance here? And if you tell me no, I'm going to walk away from it.
Yep.
But, it's okay to have those conversations, because that's growth, and it teaches you when you leave here, that's another behavior to model out there.
You got it.
So you're working things are working a little better for you.
We do expect that you have control over the situation, over the therapy session. So if we're pushing at something you're not ready to talk about, say I'm not ready. Like, so
I'm not there
control.
Yet. Perfect. I'm going to drive the boat in a different direction. Tell me where you want to go. And that would be, then I would put it back on the client to be like, hey, where do you want to go with this?
Yes.
Like, and it's not saying, oh, we have to work on that, but like, where else would you like to go? What can I do to help prepare you to get ready for it?
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
so especially with trauma.
Trauma.
They may not be ready to address it right then and there. We don't want to risk re-traumatizing someone.
True.
So we say, okay, well, but we also know we have to address it at some point, and let's work you up to that point, because again, things have far more power over you when you are trying to actively like not think about it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's too much power.
It's a lot of energy. The other thing too is like, these are random other thoughts we had, is when you only come in crisis.
Yes.
Only come in. I'm only coming in crisis. As soon as the crisis is averted,
they're done.
No more. And that's fine, but this will continue to be your pattern of only coming in when you're in crisis. And nothing's ever going to you're not going to work on what's called stop the crisis from happening.
Yes.
We see this a lot with kids. I think I see a lot with kids.
I do too. I think it's one of those things where we all get it. You're in a tough spot. You're feeling like intense emotions, distress. You're coming in. But then when the distress might dissipate for whatever reason, let's say someone says, yeah, clean bill of health. You're like, okay, good. I'm better now. And because whatever medical anxiety is now gone. So, but there's we're looking for more proactive. That's what the therapy on the in-between is about.
Yeah.
Sort of like uncovering, like, how do we be more proactive? What are some of the obstacles to that?
Yes.
That's sort of the...
I hope not make it a crisis. Like, to be like, okay,
Yes.
like, this is a big deal, but I can manage this because X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
But, yeah, and if you are a crisis client that only comes in crisis, then that pattern will perpetuate until you say, okay, I'm sick of being in crisis.
I'm sick of
People
it.
are real comfortable being in crisis, too.
Yes.
Like, this is they may grow up with a lot of, like, turmoil and abuse.
Which goes back to that first point of, like, people only change when they're really ready.
Yeah.
And we're not judging you for doing that.
No.
So just hear that. Like, we're just telling you, look, this is just an expectation. It's like, this is what we think on the other end of it.
Right.
But we'll dive in as soon as you're ready.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
And there's nothing you're going to say
Uh-uh.
that's going to, like, negatively impact how we feel about you, what we think about you. 'Cause whatever is said is a symptom of something else.
Always.
And it's not like, oh, if this person, I mean, people come out like a tiger sometimes, and it's like, okay, this is a symptom of hurt, probably. Or whatever, I don't want to assume. I would ask them, like, wow, that was a pretty extreme response to what I just said.
Yes.
Like, where's that coming from? I'm angry. That's a secondary feeling. What is the primary feeling? We tapped into something here. We'll tap back into it if you're comfortable. Let's talk about why that caused that emotion.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. The other thing, too, that kind of comes into play, it kind of taps back to, like, when someone wants to change the spouse. Sometimes parents will try to drive the therapy with the kid and they think the therapist is judging them. And it's like, no, the therapist is not judging you.
Right.
But that therapist's goal is to build that relationship with that child or teen, especially adolescents and teens. And they're going to advocate and help work with them to have a voice in it.
Yes.
Like, I've had a couple parents come at me like tigers, like, no, this is what's going to happen. And it's like, that's not how it works. And now, like, how your kid tells me or tells another therapist, like, this is what I'm experiencing at home. I see that because you're trying to bully me and tell me how I'm going to do things. And I now you validate their point.
Yeah. We value confidentiality. We are not, I just talked about, like, are you afraid that, like, maybe we're talking about you outside of therapy? We're not. We value confidentiality. Anonymity is so important. So we're there, and specifically for, like, teens. How do you get teens to open up if they think that you're just, like, funneling information to their parents?
Right.
So outside of, are you suicidal or homicidal?
You can hurt yourself or someone else,
Outside of that, that we censor so much of it because the client is the child.
Yeah, if they're engaging in high risk behaviors, that'll be addressed with the parent to keep, because I mean the goal is to keep safety everywhere.
Yeah.
But if your behavior is driven by your own hurt or your own loss of power, because with teens, as parents, I mean you lose power. They're going to start taking a stand. You can't just pick them up and carry them and put them in their car seat. They're going to be like, I'm not doing that. Yeah. Hell or high water. Well, we're going to take away this. We're going to take away that. We're going to do this. It doesn't work. I mean, you can ground, you can do all of that, but coming into the therapy session like a pit bull saying, and I love pit bulls, I have one, coming in aggressive and telling the therapist, like, no, you're going to tell me what they said and all that, it doesn't work. No. It's just going to ruin the kid's relationship with therapy, and they're not going to do it anymore. Yeah. Or say anything in the therapy office. They're just going to be like, yep, I didn't do anything this week.
And I would tell you this too, because as we're coming closer to the end here, don't apologize for crying. You don't ever need to apologize. I always say to people, like, this is good.
This is the room.
Like,
this is the cry room.
Yes. Like,
look at all the tissues we have.
It means you feel safe, or maybe it's just the catharsis that your body actually really needs.
You've been holding it in.
You don't need to apologize for yourself.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is also just like, let's figure out what you actually need to apologize for. And, like, let's not assume inappropriate guilt for stuff that is not, like, crying is not a bad thing.
And also, I think the other one is silence. Mm-hmm. When I'm silent, it's on purpose to, like, maybe wait for you to think about what I've said, or maybe wait for a response. And I think as a young therapist, I know for me, when people would respond, I would jump in and start going off on some tangent. Mm-hmm. And
silence is a hard one for therapists, actually.
Yeah,
it's a really hard one.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for a lot of people. It is just not an easy thing to do.
It's not. It's uncomfortable because they're like, what is she going to say? What are they going to say?
Yes.
Is anyone going to say anything?
Yes. My last one would probably be, like, when I'm in a couples session, I think I am not going to take a side. Here's what I do though. I will, like, challenge both of you equally.
Right.
So I'm not really taking. Does that make sense?
It's the parent-child, the family dynamic as well. It's like someone always thinks you're on their side. It's like,
yeah, but you're not really. What you're on the side of is them meeting their goal.
I'm advocating for your family to get to where you.
That's exactly right.
The couple
I'm trying to help you guys get to your goal. So like in doing that, I am challenging each of you, and I should be doing it very equally. Now it might start with one more than the other because I have to calm whatever is going on that might be triggering the other. We do sometimes start one way, but don't worry. I'm not going to just focus on you. I will challenge the other person. So
absolutely,
we're equal opportunity challengers.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to challenge all parties involved. And another common thing is like parents also don't think, and just like with partners, you're not challenging my kids, you're taking their side. You're not in a session. I am challenging, but I'm doing it in a way that is respectful. I'm doing it in a way that speaks to them. And guess what? I'm not their parent, so they're going to hear me. I will say the same exact thing you said. They're going to hear it very differently when I say it.
Yep.
Because someone else said it to them. So keep that all in mind. Like that's all the stuff we keep in mind too. And we don't judge because we're human and we
oh my God,
make mistakes every day.
Yes. Well, I feel like we haven't exhausted this. Tons of things.
We have another page of titles. We do. There's tons of things. And no one's ever judged for coming in. Come in as you are, and we'll talk about it.
That wasn't a random question.
No, that was not. No, that was not.
We don't ask random questions. We are actually just really trying to get to know you. We're trying to join with you, get to know you, understand the various parts of you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason. There's a point behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should probably wrap up because we're getting to our time. We don't want to overstep here. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Fit Mind Chats. We'll see you next Monday for another session. If you have a question or topic covered, or if you have, oh my gosh, I'm all over my words today. If you have a question or topic covered that you want covered, oh goodness, follow us on Facebook. If you have anything you want to talk about, just message us.
Yes.
Call the office. You can do whatever. Let us know and we'll jump in and do that.
If you'd like to seek out therapy services, go to our website, fitmindcleveland.com, and contact us. If you would please leave us a rating or review and share our podcast with your families, your friends, your enemies, anyone who needs it. We want to bring mental health access to all the people that can benefit. Thanks.
Thank you.